All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to PreMarket Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. Yeah, doing okay. We had a little bit of delay this morning, but here we are. Everybody. Don't worry about us. We're good. And so many new friends out there. I was looking at the numbers this morning. 209,000 subscribers to the Bear Bulls channel. I love it. Let's see it keep going.
Yeah, it has been incredible past 3 weeks, maybe less. I don't know. It's really fast. So thank you for the support, guys, over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. All right, guys, we'll dive right in. Let's take a look at our U.S. economic calendar. We have some jobless data come out this morning. Peter, I'm sure you discussed this with the room. I was slightly late this morning, but give our YouTube friends a heads up.
Yeah, let's cover it for YouTube. Pretty much the number was on target. So 220,000 was the estimated initial jobless claim numbers. Came in at 215,000. So it's slightly lower, which indicates a slightly stronger economy, but it's so close that it doesn't really matter. As you can see from a market perspective, the market really didn't react whatsoever to that number. So that's not bad. So that's fine, because the tale of today is market SPY, the Qs, all at all-time highs, all because Nvidia has put it there. So really, I think today's trading is going to be all about waiting to see what Nvidia does and whether it holds these gains. From an economic calendar, I mean, there are a couple of other things happening today. At 9:45, we do have the S&P, the U.S. services and manufacturing PMI numbers that are coming out at 9:45. I have a typo there, but the new home sales coming out at 10 a.m. And then we do have a Fed speaker at 3, but that's not so impactful. So keep an eye if you're trading the open 9:45 and 10, just in case the market reacts to these numbers. But I expect them to be fairly relatively quiet compared to what else is going on in the market. So we can talk about the gappers list, which, of course, at the top. What's at the top? Nvidia. All morning.
Absolutely.
Nvidia, baby.
I love it, man. Nvidia just crushing it here. So Nvidia, Dell, we got some other ones on here. AMD, of course, following suit, and everything semi, it's on this list most likely. So let's dive into it, man. Let's go straight in here. And I think I didn't lose you. I know what's going on here. We've been playing around with our templates for the new templates that we're going to have here. So let me bring you back in a second, Pierre. Here, I'm going to bring your screen. And we'll get you in here again.
I'm lost. I'm a lost toy.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there I am.
Gotcha.
I'm back.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Let me
get nervous for me.
Right, perfect. Yeah. Very excited, guys. Overall, in regards to the pre-market show, very excited what was coming up. We're getting we have a production manager who's working on the back end to make us more streamlined. That is going to be fun. He showed me some of the stuff we can do, and man, this show is gonna look nice. These guys are gonna make it look very, very professional. So looking forward to that. All right, let's dive into. In
the room, Alex on the palm tree is saying that Carlos, your red shirt gives bearish implications, but I'm offsetting it with a green shirt. So between the two of us, we're neutral. We are representing, market candlesticks. That was unintentional, but here we are.
So. That is very good. So friends, Nvidia, I mean, is there anything else more to say about Nvidia? It's just how awesome it is and how much money these guys are making. I mean, Peter.
They are rolling in the dough. So the CEO was just like so excited at the press conference. They beat their numbers quite handily. They said that basically demand is through the roof. They just can't keep up with production of their chips. It's all driven by AI. The AI demand has got them, running their factories at full capacity or as close as they can get, and they just can't make enough. So that's all good news. The other thing that they announced is in combination with that, with their stock hitting $1,000, and we'll see if it holds. It actually looks good this morning to hold that number, but I don't want to make too many assumptions here. We'll see what it does. But they did announce a 10-for-1 stock split, which is going to happen on Friday, the 7th of June. So it's coming up fairly soon, a couple weeks. They're going to split the stock 10-for-1, which means it'll bring the stock back down to about $100, about $100 a share, which is, as we were talking about in the room, is a good thing actually, because it makes it more tradable, more accessible to all sorts of different traders, keeps the volume high. Stocks tend to like to be between, I would say generally $80 and $150, and doing this 10-for-1 split will put them solidly into that range, depending on what happens over the next week or two, of course. But what you're going to see basically is, if you're a shareholder, if you're a long-term holder as of the close of the markets on the 7th, which is a Friday, as of Monday morning, you should be assigned 10 shares at whatever the new price is. So for us here, for those of us that are just day trading and are not longer-term holders, what do we got going on here? What am I looking at? I'm looking at Temu again, Carlos. What's happening? Anyways, we will Carlos is doing some window shopping. I see that. Yeah. Anyways, we will see the price open at whatever the new target price is, basically a 10th of the Friday price. So we'll wait for that. But for now, Nvidia is $1,000 stock. So if you want to trade it, you got to dig deep into those pockets, because the shares are expensive, and looks like they're getting even more so.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just, I don't see. This is what we should have never went to that website, Temu, because my monitor, that's not what I have up, and Temu is stuck in here for some reason. This is just frozen. Did we look at this? We looked at this yesterday, right? I remember that.
We did.
But that's not what I have here. I have Nvidia up. So, man, there you go. They got into my computer. All right, we'll have to figure that out.
They will not give up until you buy something. Damn it.
That is strange, man. All right, so wow. All right, Nvidia on deck for sure, looking really good this morning. We will have that right on there for you guys, up 7%, just massive. Just to give you an idea how big this company is, in 3 months they did what Tesla did in a year as far as revenue. I mean, and their costs stayed the same. Like, that's the thing, they're making money hand over fist, and their cost has not increased. So it's like,
that's true.
They are just crushing it, man. And who thought about the story is great too. It's like these guys were known for gaming chips, right? They started with computer for gamers,
Graphics.
and that led them to what they are now, about to control the world with bots. So it's a beautiful thing. Let's look at next one on here is Dell. So Dell is also on deck, and these guys are up 6.5. And again, I think all of these, Peter, right? It's just with the Nvidia movement, right? I mean, is there anything specific for Dell today that we have?
Yeah, I don't really see a lot of Dell news, but you're right. I think this whole sector is being moved by Nvidia. You notice on the list we've got earlier there was Micron, AMD was on the list. I think even Taiwan Semiconductor is on there. They're on there. So yeah, like, we got the whole sector that's just being lifted by Nvidia's earnings after the close yesterday. So pretty much we can cover all those with that. Even SMCI. I mean, we haven't talked about SMCI in a while. Look at it back on the list.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'm gonna be watching AMD on there as well. That's looking good. I mean, I don't want to have everything semi on here, but Nvidia and AMD and probably SMCI would be some good ones to be looking at, right? So pick your favorites out of all of them. They're all going to be in play. You mentioned it earlier, Peter. Are they going to hold this above 1,000 price, right? So that's going to be exciting to see at the market open. I think will be a whole lot of action happening there. Already 2.7 million shares traded. AMD with 1,000. I'm sorry, with 1 million, and the rest also picking up steam. On this list, something else that's not part of Nvidia's little movement here. Snow had earnings as well. they're up 4.8 here, 327,000 shares traded. So they had earnings last night, obviously overshadowed by Nvidia. So nobody really really was paying attention here. But they do got some
Yeah.
volume this morning. Peter, what do you say about those guys?
Yeah, well, they had a good quarter as well. A different story here, obviously, is a different business, but very strong sales, and in fact, they had positive guidance to guide their sales higher. So they think they're heading into a very good year. And I mean, they sort of missed on the bottom line on earnings, but not by enough that anybody cared about, as you can see. That's why they're gapping up. So a good day for Snowflake, but. It's we'll see what happens. This is another one of those I put in that category of I'd love to trade it. Like it always feels like it should be a good trading stock, but it usually disappoints me, frankly. The price action and volume is not usually sufficient that I can get some good trades off of it. So we'll see what happens today. I'll put it on a secondary list unless we run across enough better stuff that I don't need it. But it'll sit on the secondary for now.
All right, excellent. We'll have it on a secondary as well here. We'll see where it goes. It is not an easier ticker to trade, so we'll add it on here. Snow on our secondary list. All right, so Snow is on there. That is good. We talked about MU. We talked about SMCI. What's DD? Is this Dunkin' Donuts? No, it's not. This is DuPont Demores. Doesn't look
It's
good, Peter.
DuPont. It's
DuPont's
basically
right.
DuPont, the chemical company.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, yep.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't trade well. So I'm gonna skip on these guys unless you have something for them, Peter.
No, well, there is some news. They're planning to. I mean, this is like a conglomerate, right? And they do lots of different things. Obviously, focused around their chemical business, but they do everything from specialty materials to chemicals to all sorts of other things. But it doesn't trade well. However, they announced that they're looking to break up the company. They're looking at potentially a three-way split that would create three different trading companies. So their product side, like I said, they make specialty materials like Tyvek, which is like a construction material, and Kevlar might be separating into a separate company from the medical devices and bio, and then the core chemicals. So despite the jump, I can't imagine this is going to trade well today. So
Yeah.
interesting news, and especially if you're a buy and hold, right, or a swing trader, I still don't think we're going to be able to day trade this baby. So moving on, in my opinion.
Yeah. ARM is moving here slightly as well. Again, just all Nvidia news related. So if you like that one, you can put that on the list. I'm gonna move down over to AMD. We have on the deck already. Let's look at SoundHound and see what's driving that. So if we look at Sound
Yeah, I think
here,
SoundHound is another sympathy play in this case,
yeah,
just because it's AI and Nvidia is all about AI. So sure, SoundHound gets to move too, but they
yeah,
really
it
have
looks
nothing to
bad.
do with it.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. Uh, NVAX has maintained its gap up here. I was looking at it yesterday, and it continues to just move higher and higher and higher. So slowly getting, got up to 13, got to 14, 15. Now we're hitting almost 1750 here. So it's just grinding higher, but the intraday action is not clean. So it's not doing it in a very clean fashion. The volume is very, very light. So I don't like that. But for intraday trading has not been pretty. So I don't know. You know, if we like this one or not. The volume is very light. I personally don't like it. I've been watching it because I've been seeing the movements. Peter, I'm not sure if you've been taking a look at it, but it's moving on the daily, but it's just the intraday action is very slow.
Yeah. It's I'm surprised. I'm actually impressed that it's held the gap that it got after that deal with Sanofi. I still don't know how to say that company. Anyways,
Yeah.
but Sanofi, Fee Fi Fo Fum. They've held it, and like you say, it may not be giving trading opportunities, but the price appreciation has been impressive that it's held it and added to it. So, again, for my trading, interest today, probably not going to Novavax.
Yep. Yep. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so I was fixing that issue. I think I found it now. All right, so NVAX, I'm not liking it here. Heading down the list, what do we have? TSM. Again, another semiconductor. If you like that, you can watch that one on there. I did see
Yeah.
ETRN move up the list. I don't know what's going on with this one. 3.6 million shares traded, but that is an ugly 3.6 there. So that's not looking good.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think I've
yeah,
ever seen this. It's an oil and gas. As soon as I see that it's an oil and gas company, I lose interest. So
yeah,
whatever's
yeah. So
happening with them.
we'll roll the trucks for that one, man. That looks just nasty there. So we'll leave that.
Mm.
We'll leave that alone. All right, friends. Let's take a look at what's gapping down this morning. So CYTK. Didn't we see this a few days ago? No, maybe not. This looks familiar, but no. Um,
Cytokinetics,
Down
biotech.
15%, getting killed here this morning. Just getting hammered, Peter. Obviously, earnings last night looks like it, and just not doing a
Uh,
whole lot good.
no, I don't see earnings. Secondary offering in this
Oh,
case, and a
okay.
pretty big one. This is they trade 100 million share float right now, but they're issuing another 9,800,000, so about another 10% offering at $51 a share. So you can see the price has sort of overreacted a little bit. That dropped down to roughly that the price of that offering, which is dilutive, of course, to any existing shareholder. So yeah, that's the news on cytokinetics.
All right, there you go. Um, let's take a look at the next one here. How somebody's asking, how's our friend Andrew? He's good. He was supposed to give us a link, right, that we can track how he was doing, but we haven't got it yet.
Mm,
Remember, he mentioned that there was a link that we can see where he's at, but we haven't received that link yet. But
no,
um, yeah,
I
so
mean, we
once we
hope he's
do,
good.
yeah, we
It's
hope he's good and
he's somewhere out there
yeah,
on the mountain.
he should be. The first couple of days are not easy, but easier than actually getting to the top, right? You just gotta kind of getting accustomed to the height, whatever. So it shouldn't be that bad at first. It's later in the when you start doing that big climb that gets tricky. Let's look at VFC. This is moving down 6.7, 1 million shares traded, but again, doesn't look great as far as action or activity this morning. Um, it's not. I almost confused it with VinFast, but that's not what this is. Peter, I don't think we ever
Uh,
seen this before, and it looks
v-
pretty bad.
yeah, VF Corp. They're sort of a parent company of Ralph Lauren, I think, and a bunch of others. You know, sort of brand names. It's retail, anyways. Um, they had earnings and basically they missed their numbers. So
Hmm.
not a good earnings. Is it North Face? I don't even remember what their brands are, but they're the parent company of some apparel companies. Anyways, they missed their numbers on the quarterly earnings and didn't really. They were silent largely on their forecast, so nobody knows what to expect. But usually when you don't say anything, that's not good news. So that's what's
Yeah,
going on. Again, another not they don't trade well.
yeah. All right, we'll leave that one alone, friends. And then down to XPEF, down the one that we are more familiar with. So XPEF this morning, we are down 3.4, 313,000 shares traded. It just looks, is this right? Do I got the right ticker? Yeah, I do. This looks horrible. It's just pure garbage. Let's move on, man. Unless you have something, Peter, I'm just gonna go to the next one. Um,
No, not on
yeah,
XPEV. I do have some news, anyways, in the sector, but not there. So.
yeah. I do see Billy JD. They're all down here. So any Chinese stuff going on as well, or no?
Not real news. This feels like it's sort of like a hangover day, second day play. Call it what you will. We've had some good news in the sector over the last little while with some movement up. Right as we had earnings out of some of these companies like JD. I can't even remember. Was that earlier this week or late last week? I feel like they're just moving back down now after sort of the excitement's all worn off. It's
Yeah,
like waking
yeah.
up and turning on the lights at the end of the party and going, "Oh man, now I got to clean up the mess."
Who's
What's
this?
going on?
Yeah, you don't want to do that. All right, so let's leave that alone. All right, friends. So there we have it. That is our gap up and gap down. Peter, anything you like this morning that you want to talk about?
Yeah, a couple of earnings that I could mention. BJ Wholesalers. I don't have those here in Canada, but I understand they're a brand in the U.S. They
Yep.
had earnings. BJ is the ticker symbol. BJ Wholesale Club. It's like a Costco type thing, is it? Anyways.
BJ's, yes, it is. It is. We have
Um,
one here.
Right. Well, they had a good quarter. They beat their numbers. So yeah, Sam's Club. That's another one I don't see in Canada. We have Costco and that's it. But anyways, um, so they had a decent quarter, beat their numbers. It back into the retail space. Maybe that's why I had Ralph Lauren on the mind. RL Ralph Lauren Corp. So I was wrong earlier. VF does not own Ralph Lauren. They're separately traded and owned. But
Okay.
anyways, Ralph Lauren also reported RL is the ticker symbol there, and they had a reasonable quarter. Their revenue was sort of met the numbers, but wasn't what people were hoping for. So we're seeing them gap down a little bit despite the decent earnings. But the other one that I was just going to mention, this is not one that we ever trade, but PSNY. This is Polestar. I happened to see a Polestar car yesterday. So, but anyways, PSNY. What's interesting about them is they were supposed to have earnings this morning, but have delayed their earnings. And earlier this week, they were given, or maybe it was last week on the 17th, whatever day that was, they were given notice by NASDAQ that there was deficiency in them meeting the listing requirements because they haven't submitted the required documents, right, to maintain their listing status. So I don't know what's going over at Polestar, but to sort of not submit the documents you need to the market, to then have to delay your earnings, that never good news, right? Can't be good news. So we can see it's only like it's a 95-cent stock. It's not something we typically trade, but usually bad news in the EV market has a little bit of a cascading effect. So we'll see what happens with them as a company. Hopefully they're doing okay, but frankly, UK-based car companies historically have not always done all that well. So, but anyways, go Polestar. But anyway, so I just thought I'd mention that because it was news out of the EV sector, which we do watch. That was about it. I mean, obviously, it's Nvidia. So that's really what I was focusing on. And why not, man, when it's moving like it is?
It's awesome.
Let's see if it gives us some fun when the opening bell rings.
Yeah, I am looking forward to that one, and AMD as well. I figure that's going to move alongside that also, and that they're both looking good. And that's all I have on my gappers list right now. I'm sure there's more. Let's start with you guys. What do you guys like this morning? Checking on our chat room here. I don't see AMD. We have that's good. Costco. Yes, it's Costco, Sam Club, and BJ's all in that those type of same retail stores. So I think they're club stores, right? You got to have like a card. I know for Costco you do. I don't think BJ's maybe you don't have to. I'm not sure. What else? Baba. Let's take a look. What's going on with Baba this morning? It's my favorite Chinese ticker to trade. It does trade very well when it gets the volume. We are down 1.8 this morning, 1.1 million shares traded. It could be decent. It could be decent. Maybe a secondary right now. It's got the volume though, right? Yeah, you know what? We'll put it on here. This gappers list, aside from tech, is very light. We'll put Baba on there. I do like them this morning. I like that volume. I think that can move very well. NVDL is up 13%. NVDL, let's take a look. 13.4, 2.1 million shares traded. What's the float on this? Is this an ETF?
This is not. Don't bother with the float. It doesn't matter. This is a tracking stock. It's an ETF at twice the. Basically, it's an Nvidia tracking stock. It only tracks Nvidia, and it's double long. Basically, that's what it stands for. Nvidia double long. So, which means that it'll move $2 for every dollar Nvidia moves. Well, that's the theory. Or at least twice as much. I mean, it's only a $50 stock, so I guess it's maybe a more affordable price point to get in if you don't want to pay $1,000 a share. You can trade NVDL. I've never seen it before, but
that used to be very important when you couldn't do fractional shares, but now almost every broker allows you to do fractional shares. So if you don't want to pay $1,000, you can just buy an amount of dollars, right?
Yeah.
So it was mentioned on the radio yesterday that the split was not it's not as important as it was before for investors. I see us traders with the number of shares a little better, easier to do the math, I guess. But interesting. So
Gary points out I said it wrong. It's not like $2 for every dollar. It's the wrong. It's 2% for every 1%.
Leverage, right? It's like leverage
2 times. That's what I meant. But you're right. Thank you for the correction because I did say it completely wrong.
So you can watch if you like. I'd rather just trade Nvidia directly. I didn't even know this thing even had a this following stock here ETF. So all right. Next on here, Snow. We did look at it. I have it on my secondary. It is in play today. Again, they always disappoint me at the market open and trade very choppy. But I will be looking at them today. Will be the day. If they're going to do something fun, today's the day to be able to actually do that. Let's take a look at Tesla. Of course, I think it's worth watching. Right, we got the volume 1.2, pretty much flat right now, slightly in the green. We'll put them on there. They'll be fun to see what the overall market does. Amazon, what part of our usual suspects list we looked at yesterday. Didn't like the pre-market action, wasn't doing a whole lot, and today's seems is the same thing. It's not really doing a whole lot. Didn't have it on my list yesterday, and the open is probably a little bit sloppy here, as you can see. Did get better, looks like later here. Nice drop, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on this one to really see what we can get out of it. So that's on Amazon. Over on our YouTube chat, friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. The name Loser, not calling you a loser, but the name Loser is giving us PLTR. Interesting name there. We are up 1.4. This is not in play. This is really not in play. Here's why, right? We'll give it a quick garbage truck there real fast. It's not in play because when PLTR is in play, they have tons of volume, right, Peter? It's like it'll be like 3 million right now as far as volume.
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't be watching this one today. No. Um, let's see here. CLSK. We didn't talk anything marathon or Bitcoin this morning. So let's take a look. CLSK, we're up 1.7. Yeah, it's not really a lot going on. Marathon.
It's
Um,
Bitcoin.
yeah, what are
Bitcoin.
they doing? Let's bring them up.
Bitcoin's just dropped just below $70,000. So it did spike. It looks like a couple of days ago over 72. Now it's just below that mark. So not doing much of interest really.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything great on it. Looking at Mara as well, if I take a look at that, um, yeah, not really anything exciting. We'll have to wait and see if anything comes in during the market open. All right, and then that kind of covers it, guys. It's funny. It's a pretty slow start, Peter. Aside from tech, there's nothing really else happening. I mean, it's
No, it's really, again, Nvidia is driving the market. So
that's it.
Nvidia is dragging its whole sector with it. It's dragging the whole market with it higher. So that's all good. But as you say, there's not a lot of support coming up behind it. So
Yeah, no, there's really not much happening here. All right, friends. Well, it's still going to be a fun day. We'll look at Apple as well. Just one more. Yeah, man, just great daily, but really nothing happening. So I'll add it to a second there. It'll be fun to watch either way, but there's really not much going on there. Let's head over to bearwoodtraders.com, guys, where you can see what's happening throughout our community. Today it is Thursday, so we'll look into our webinars. You can always head to webinars up here and see what's coming up for the next week on any of our trading days. But today we'll look at Thursday specifically.
yeah, this week I can't believe it's Thursday. This week simultaneously feels like it's like one of the longest weeks in history to me personally, and I can't believe it's Thursday already. So it's always weird when that happens. But anyways, it's Thursday. It is Thursday, right? Like I actually have to double check because okay, it is Thursday today, which means we have our mentorship sessions today. 4 sessions for you on Thursdays, starting with John. Yeah, Mo. Anyways, a lot going on here. Thursday, we had our start with John with 11 a.m. He does his mentorship session in the webinar room. It's a great session, especially if you're new or you just want to get basic information on some personal advice. John's great for that, and we'll provide you support. So join him at 11 a.m. in the webinar room for that. Then we move to options focused discussions with Jared and Megan at 2 o'clock. Then Lenny is on board right at the market close at 4 o'clock. This is a relatively new session, but he's doing it for a few weeks now. So hopefully you can join Lenny at 4 and he'll give you his sort of market analysis. And Thor, of course, rounds out the day with his Thor's Day mentorship session at 8 p.m. It's a fan favorite. So if you go, you'll be amongst lots of good friends. It's always a lot of fun. He always has a good conversation. So hopefully you'll join him tonight at 8 p.m. Those are the 4 that we've got for you today. All right. So 11, 2, 4, 8. Put those in your calendar. Who do we appreciate? All right. Mentors. Anyway, sorry. Moving on. There you go. If you want information on the markets, tradingterminal.com is the place to go. It's always available. It's got lots of good information. And, maybe in the news, we can see news about Andrew, but he's not hitting mainstream yet. But certainly you can get news about Nvidia if you want that. It's right in there. Plus, of course, the scanners. We've got the replay mode, the market simulator. It's all in there for you. So check out tradingterminal.com. And Gator Don, I definitely do not need a skirt and pom-poms, but thank you for that. That is not something that anyone needs to see. And you know what? Actually, I do need. I said that if it hit over 1,000, I was going to do that other Celsius drink. So maybe I should do that this morning. I haven't done that. I could use it to get my energy up, anyways. But I'll get that while Carlos set some levels for us. But we'll do that right after we tell you that if you wanted to join us at Bearable Traders, like so many have recently, we've seen huge growth in the community, not only on YouTube, which has gone from like 100,000 to 200,000 in a week. It's been awesome and just amazing. I can't believe, because Carlos, it really was. We were giving away that laptop about this time last week, right? When Andrew was doing that.
Yeah.
Right. And now we've doubled it. It's just amazing. But that means that there's another laptop available out there, right? Don't worry, we'll get to it. We'll just coordinate that in a couple of weeks when Andrew gets back. But he'll have to be giving away a few of them. So you want to stick with us because when Andrew gets back, we're going to be giving away stuff, not only laptops, but maybe we can get closer or be at the point. Wouldn't it be awesome if he gets down off the mountain in Alaska, climbs down off of Denali, and we're like, Andrew, you need to give away like 3 laptops and a Tesla. That would be pretty awesome. I can't wait to do that. So, but any event, if you want to join us at the community, we live trade all day with all of our moderators and, of course, our excellent community that are just a great source of information and fun. Frankly, you guys are a lot of fun, so it's good to be around. You can join using the intro offer. Just check it out. See if it's for you. In fact, the code that we don't advertise, but if you listen here in the morning, PreMarket24. So just type that in, PreMarket24, and you will get that intro offer for $24, which is a discount off the $39 price you see there. The basic or elite monthly, or of course, the elite annual package. All of those are available for you. So hopefully you will check that out, and we will see you in the chat room sometime soon. All right, let's set some levels with Carlos. We'll get ready for this open. We haven't done bad, I have to say, getting back on track here because it's been, we got started late, but pretty good.
Yeah, there has not been really a lot to go through besides this. This list is all tech, so pick your favorite tech company and go for it today. So, not bad. Let's take a look at some levels here. I got 4: Nvidia, AMD, Baba, and Tesla today. We'll start with those, and I'm looking forward to it today. All right, let's take a look. Nvidia this morning, high of the pre-market, we're sitting at a 1021, so we'll slam a level there, and then towards the bottom, we're sitting at a 1006, right? So 1006 towards the bottom there. That's your high and your low of the pre-market this morning, and there's nothing here, right? You go to the bottom, all you're going to see is this previous high over at 973, and once you do that, I think you're pretty much set. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days got you covered, so you're good there. And Nvidia getting above it. I had a poll: was it going to get above 1,000 today? And it did. It did. Pre-market. After hours last night, hit a 997 at first. You guys remember that? It just went right to it. Couldn't get above that, and then came back and just crushed it. So very, very nice. Here is AMD this morning, also slightly up, of course. As we mentioned, everything Nvidia related is moving nicely today. High of the pre-market 177, 171.45, and the low is 169. So 2 levels there for you guys. Towards the bottom, you have the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. I'm gonna get rid of some of these levels. We don't need these. They're just kind of in the way. But if you look here towards the bottom, highs and lows of the last 2 trading days looking pretty nice. I am going to add a level here, though. You see that? I'm going to just zoom in a little bit. There's a lot of support and resistance happening right on here, and here. So you want to have this 167.72 marked down as well. So definitely take a look at that. And heading down over to Baba. So looking at BA this morning. So if we scroll to the left here, they got some volume. I like the volume. Pre-market looks interesting, right? Not great. you got some type of action here. Let's see. I do like the gap down. I do like the volume. Pre-market activity a little bit different than what I'm used to or like seeing. 180, 81.87 is the high of the pre-market. 79.95 is the low of the pre-market. And then below that, guys, we do have 77.79 towards the bottom there. So once you do that, you are pretty set as far as Peter's got his oh
That wasn't as good as a John Crack,
yeah,
but
it's not but
all
that's
right.
not
What
as
is
good as
this?
John Crack, but yeah.
This is tropical vibe.
Very nice. Um so yeah,
Well,
so
that's weird.
how's that?
It's very sweet. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Starfruit pineapple flavor. All right.
All right, enjoy that. So yeah, so there we have it for Baba, guys. Again, pre-market action could be slightly better, I guess, but I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. Here's Tesla. Now, Tesla is just almost smack in the middle of the highs and lows of the last two trading days, just right on there. High of the pre-market being created right now, new high at 182.80. So we'll slam one there, and then towards the bottom, we're gonna look at 180. 49, so 180.49 towards the bottom. Once you put those two on there, the highs and lows are doing a really good job of kind of covering everything related as far as levels go. So that's our four tickers: Nvidia, AMD, Baba, and Tesla. Let's take a look at what our moderators are watching this morning. So we'll hop on over there. Did this monitor fix? Okay, good. No more Temu or whatever the name is stuff coming up here. Yeah, I forgot to start the share link, so it just reset it on what was last on there, and I guess that's what me and you were looking at last. A lot of fun. All right, let's take a look here. Thor looking at overall market, SPY, Qs, Nvidia, Amazon, MU. Feeling a little techie, of course. That's what's hot right now. And futures as well. Brian, the man of the hour, will be taking you through the market open with Pierre today, AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, and Shop. For him, Lenny will be looking at Nvidia, AMD, Dow, and Snow. And Pierre will be looking at AMD. Nvidia, AMD, Baba, MU, and Mara. AMD and Tesla for Megan, keeping it simple with those two there. And Jared will be looking at Nvidia semis overall, right? Just kind of what the Nvidia stuff is doing, and then hopefully joining some party here, bull or short. Looks like Phil, Nvidia, and Tesla and AMD for him, and Peter, you'll be
Party.
looking at AMD, yeah, the bull party, a party for the bulls. He's
Oh, I see.
yeah. And then Peter, you got AMD, Nvidia, Tesla, Baba, MU, and Apple. Those last three on a secondary. So as you can see, there's not really a whole lot of changes happening here.
No.
Yeah,
Can you guess what everybody's watching today? It's all Nvidia all day. So
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's just the story it's
well,
insane.
and we'll
It's
see,
fun.
guys. Be careful, right? Don't be directionally biased on Nvidia. It could go either way. At this point, right? I mean, it had it rise early. Well, I mean, at the close yesterday, but look what it's done so far this morning, right? Not a lot. So I'm feeling that this could go either way. I'm not going to be directionally biased. Convinced there's going to be volume in it. What the volume will do, that I don't know. So it could go either way. So just be careful with it, one way or the other. But we'll watch it, and we'll watch the rest of the sector for hopefully some trading opportunities.
All right, excellent, friends. Yeah, that was fun. I shared the picture with our moderators there today, man. I'm the way from my dad's house. I got a flat tire, sunny,
Oh
completely
no.
sunny outside. I start changing my tire, no problem. It starts downpouring. Peter, I'm telling you, like somebody just opened the shower right on my head. It was just insane. It was wild. I sent the pictures to the group chat. You got to see how soaked I am. My shoes, socks, everything. It was insane. Um, Definitely way to start the morning. Good morning. Is that Brian that I hear here?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes. Good morning,
Good
Brian.
morning,
How you doing
everybody.
today?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
All right.
How's everyone doing?
We're doing good. We're gonna go ahead and let you take over here. Peter and I are gonna sign off and be in the chat room, guys. Have an amazing trading day. We'll see you guys a bit later on.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Trade smart, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, it's all about the tech sector this morning. Nvidia AMD. Tesla's taken a bit of a pop up here on some volume, and Apple's dropped a little on some volume. So SPY is looking a little weak right now. We've kind of rolled over a bit. Same with the Qs, although not as much. But yeah, let's just see what happens this morning. Just give me a second.
All right, guys. So we'll get a screen right up as soon as Brian puts one up. So we don't have a screen up at the moment. As soon as they share one, I'll get that up for you guys.
All right. Just looking at Apple right now. Apple's been selling off. We do have some asks up here. Just looking at Snow too. I didn't have it on my watch list, but it's dropped a bit.
Hey, Brian.
Good morning. Take a look at AMD. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Let's see what's up today.
How's the weather in Colombia this morning?
Very good. Always more or less the same, but it's great.
Always the same, I know. It's always nice.
More or less. Yeah, it's always like between 19 and 26, 27 degrees Celsius.
Wow. So Nvidia just took a big pop there on some volume.
Yeah, let's take a look at Nvidia. They can raise the temperature a little bit.
Same with AMD. Look at that pop. Bit of a pop up there. Apple just went red. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think Nvidia is really going to be the stock to look at today. I think what I like about it is that the volatility in the pre-market now has been very tight. You see, like the ATR is more or less $30, and it has been moving in a range of $10. So if it breaks out of it, it could break out with good risk to reward, good explosivity.
Oh, I'm kind of interested in Apple right now. What's everyone else watching here? Eamon always has some strange stock that doesn't seem like it's in play. HD. But he always seems to pick something that works quite often.
I think Apple is nice at the low of the daily range. And it's around a 60-minute and a daily level, Apple. Could bounce from it or break through it.
Yeah, Apple's below. Apple's in the red now, which is kind of interesting. SPY continues to sell off here.
Yes.
Qs are now below the VWAP, so it's kind of interesting.
Yep.
Amazon selling off too. Yep. Ooh, Amazon dipping too. All right. Well, we get 3 minutes to the open, a little bit less.
Dell looks strong. Right before the market opened.
Apple's dropping some more. SPY and Qs dropped some more. So we're kind of selling off here. That's kind of interesting. Again, maybe just a bit of a sell the news event here. Tesla dropping a bit.
Do you guys see my screen right now? Just a test.
Nvidia popped back up. Apple's on green again. Maybe a bit of a liquidity grab there on some of these stocks. So let's just see what comes. I'm not really keen to jump into anything yet. Nvidia does look like it's going to go higher here. We'll see if we get a pullback at the open.
Yeah. I have a few stocks on my watch list. Okay, Nvidia definitely strong indeed in the last couple of minutes.
All right. Well, I know Jared had a vertical on Nvidia, so and it was his birthday yesterday, so I think he made some money on that play. Oh, look at Nvidia's breaking out here as we get closer to the open. All right, 30 seconds.
That's indeed a strong end of the pre-market for Nvidia.
We do get some, you're right, we get some flash PMI numbers at 9:45, which is 15 minutes from now. So here we go, ding, ding, ding.
Let's go. Nvidia fighting at the pre-market high currently, which is also the post-market high. Oh yes, Nvidia strong.
Yeah, Nvidia is strong.
Nvidia is very strong. So
Tesla's dropping, AMD's dropping, Apple's dropping.
Dell's also dropping.
Just shorted some Apple at 45, 190.45. It's breaking down. Just covered some at 190.17. Let's see what else. I think Nvidia is going to may move higher here, but it's pretty choppy.
AMD closed the first minute strong, but now selling off the second minute. Let's see if we can hold the bottom now. Nvidia selling off.
Spammers are starting early.
Aye.
It's going to cover some more. Apple at 193.
So
still sticking with Apple short here. 190. I'm going to cover a little more. 190.15. SPY's dropped. SPY dropped a lot. Wow.
Nice one in Apple.
Yeah.
Yes. SPY selling off.
So at S2. I'm just looking. I'm seeing if there's going to be another leg lower here.
Nvidia fell back in the pre-market range. Let's see how it's going to proceed. It seems to be getting bought up here again, a couple of times in a row. So it might be buy it at 10.19, 10.20. They're also sellers, so I'm still sitting on my hands.
Tesla touched PDC. Previous day close there.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, Tesla really weak.
Nvidia got bought up again at that high of the pre-market range, the high of the pre-market, and the high of the post-market. That's a strong sign. And
Oh yeah,
yes, exploding.
Hey, Lenny, Carlos, when you get a chance, you could put your camera back on vmix. We got your screen to the chat room, so on your camera, go back on your vmix link, go back to your camera.
Yes. Okay, so Nvidia formed the opening range, it broke out. Currently moved around $15, $16.
yeah, I'm out of Apple. We broke through previous day or VWAP.
Apple showed some signs of bottoming here.
Yeah.
I saw you looking for the button, Lenny. It's the screen sharing button, actually. Once you set up screen sharing for a screen, then you just click it and it goes back and forth between your camera and the screen you've identified.
Okay, so now it's
There he
back.
is.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
I'm short some Tesla. I think it's going to come down to 179 here. We got for 5 minutes into the trading day here. So if you're looking for opening range breakouts or downs, that's where we're going. Just going to cover some Tesla here at 179.35.
Now Nvidia just made the 5-minute ORB indeed. First 5 minutes. Broke above it. Perhaps it would be interesting to wait for a close above it and then a new high. Nice action moved so far.
Covering some Tesla at 179. Ooh, nice. 179. Oh, there we go. 179. Got that. Now we're into the 178s.
A bit late entry. That's a little bit late. I caught a 5-minute ORB in Nvidia.
Nice. Yeah, AMD is breaking out now.
Yes, also forming a 5-minute opening range.
I end up, funny, on a day like this, I end up playing two shorts instead of AMD and Nvidia. So I'm looking for maybe 178. If we can get down to yesterday's low, that would be cool on Tesla. Ooh, yes, nice. Okay, man.
Dell also looks very, very strong. Not a big fan of my Nvidia entry. Actually, it was too late.
Yeah, that was AMD's kind of struggling here. Tesla, Nvidia does still look strong. What else have we got here? George took Amazon short R4. Nice. Yeah, AMD. I don't know. I don't know if AMD's tradable, but it. Tesla's pretty extended from the moving averages right now, so I'm thinking it might bounce here. Just gonna stick with it for the time being. There is a big pool of liquidity right down here. 178.50. We can get into that.
So what else do we have that might be in play? What did Snow do? Snow also reported earnings. Snow made a big sell-off.
Oh yeah! Wow, snow went red. Wow.
They were already in the post-market. Were already weak.
Crap.
That was
Okay,
a good sell-off.
Come on, Tesla.
So you're still in Tesla.
Still Tesla short. Still looking. Here we go. So we're down some more here. We'll cover some more. 178.70.
This is a very beautiful sell-off indeed.
Yeah, running out of shares. Thor's watching ES. ES is the SPY, right? Ooh, Apple. Ah, damn you, Apple. Okay, getting close to where I'm just going to bail on the rest of this Tesla here.
Getting out in my Nvidia as well. It's actually entry was way too late. And not continuing. So let's take a look at what else. Qcom was already quite strong on the daily chart. Might be getting a little bit extended, continuing its strength. AMD also rejecting the breakout. Coming back
I'm just
market range.
Covering some more. 178.40. We're getting really close to yesterday's low, which I think is going to be an area where we're going to find support.
That was a very, very nice sell-off in Tesla.
Yeah. Okay. I'm out of the rest of it. I think it's gonna bounce here. Wow, Snow is really getting woodshedded. See, look at that. Look at that bounce on Tesla. I knew it. For those of you out in YouTube land, that's one of our favorite sayings. Tesla. Ooh, got a nice move on Tesla as well. Way to go, Arya. Jared got long Tesla. Okay. Yeah, I should
Bubba could become strong as well.
I should have flipped my position. Nice. Look at all these Tesla trades from our members in the room. Deedly doodly, that's right. You long Tesla too? Nice. I'm not sure, given the way Tesla traded, I'm not sure if we're going to get, it would a decent play for a bounce. I'm not sure how much bounce is in this.
I think Bubba could be strong as well. He had a big sell-off last couple of days. Showed some strength in the pre-market, forming strength after the open.
It's funny, there was that news about China doing military exercises surrounding Taiwan. I don't know if that's why Chinese stocks were down this morning, but Bubba's really sold off after that pop.
Yeah. Coin made a very big sell-off. It was at the high of the daily range. And after the market opened, it just sold off.
All right. Well, nice. Whoever took that bit of a bounce on Tesla, that was a very nice nice opportunity there.
So Nvidia just made a pullback, perhaps finding a bottom here, but I'm not really interested in it at the moment. Baba reaching the previous day close, which could be
Yeah,
a
we're
potential
getting a
resistance.
bit of a bounce back here. I shorted Tesla again at 179. Let's just see if we get a pullback now. Get this. That was just a bounce. Maybe we'll get a drop again.
The price actually making a new low one in Tesla. The first new low after the pullback.
So I'm back short again on Tesla after that bounce.
Nice, good
Oh,
luck.
nice. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Just going to cover some again here. Oh,
Nice flush. Very nice flush. Really catching the trend. Baba continuing its strength.
okay. I'm just covered it all again right at yesterday's low. It's around 178, 178.30. That was a nice drop again there on Tesla. As I said, it was a nice play for a bounce, but I didn't think that there was a stop. I could see there was still sellers there at 179. It's going to try to bounce again here. So right now, no position.
It's like the hammer candle on big volume. The failed breakdown in Tesla.
Wow, AMD is starting to break out here.
Oh yes, it's the continuation setup.
Yeah.
Nvidia potentially strong as well. Move up, pull back, getting bought up, higher low. Breaking the high of the day now. Finding some resistance there.
Yeah.
Issue in AMDs, you find some overlap in the candles. And the best entry would have been here. Now it's a little bit late, I
Right.
think. So what else are you looking at right now, Brian?
I'm right now. Apple really sold off. That pop up to the 9 EMA was that was a good opportunity to short. I was kind of focused on Tesla, so I missed that move. But yeah, the Qs and the SPY are continuing to look weak. I know Thor was looking for a bounce on the SPY right around yesterday's high, and we just broke down through it. Q's kind of rolling over too. Everything's, I think, honestly, I think Nvidia's had some good earnings, but and it's popped up, but now I kind of feel like, okay, we've had this big run up, the events happened, and I just think there just doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be a lot of enthusiastic buyers ready to continue to push this market up. Like, a lot of stuff has gone red on the day here. Amazon, Apple, Meta's threatening to go. Meta's really rolled over. It was strong at the open. Google really rolled over. Wow. Everything basically just rolled over. Your buddy Baba went green.
Yes, just made a high of the day break.
I'm telling you, China's going to invade Taiwan, and it's the proverbial stuff is going to hit the fan. It's just it's not when. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. I honestly.
Yeah. But I think they have the time. I think they could also do it like in 10 years, 15 years. I think they really have like a bigger plan for 50, 60 years. I think there's a difference with the West. We always have like elections every 4 years. So our plans change more rapidly.
Taiwan semi would be probably a pretty good short if they did that.
AMD selling off now.
Yeah, AMD big drop. Nvidia again. It just feels like there's everybody that wanted to buy Nvidia or was long Nvidia, now there's just nobody left to buy it at this point anyway.
Yeah, you could expect some profit taking, but I think still like the price action is holding pretty well. You could expect like more profit taking.
Yeah.
So
yeah, all these tech stocks just sold off. Qs are continuing to look weak. AMD is testing kind of low of today and low of the pre-market here. Ooh, look at it drop.
Yes, just flushing through, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about a short there, but it happened. Got ahead of me.
So the high of the previous daily range was 169.72.
Wow.
Just flush through it, but getting bought up for now. But it could also be a retest. Same candle coming back up. So it's retesting now that level. I have yesterday 169.81. So now after the retest, continuing the weakness below it's also the opening range. So the opening range and the yesterday high and the high of the daily range coinciding.
Tesla broke down. Tesla lost the yesterday's low. I'm short some AMD just on this flush here. I think it could be coming down to 168.
Tesla also continuing its sell-off.
Yeah, I know. I'm just I could kind of tell that was rolling over just by looking at the 2-minute chart. You could tell it was making a series of lower highs. Okay, I'm going to cover, because I don't have a great entry on AMD, I'm just going to cover some here at 168. Ooh, nice. $168, 52.
SPY is also flushing further down.
Wow, man, oh man, SPY went red. IWM is already red. Dow is well in the red.
SPY now below the yesterday close as well.
There's still a big ask here at 168 on AMD around here. So I'm just waiting to, here we go. Oh, here we go. Yes.
See the 255 lot, 258.
Here we go. Just covered 167.90, 167.98. All right. Whew. Wow, I didn't expect a nice trade on Apple. Very nice short on Apple. Mike, what did you do? You shorted Tesla again. Very nice. Got to learn to stop looking around so much.
Tesla made a beautiful continuation setup. First move down.
Oh, Thor, look at this. Yeah, nice trade on AMD. This is this Thor signature trade. Got up to R4, rejected it. Beauty. Yeah, we're looking at, Jared's mentioning in the room, we're looking at a possible gap fill here on the Qs. So we just filled the gap on SPY. So obviously SPY has gone from sort of high of pre-market 534 all the way down to 530. And we're continuing to sell. Wow, AMD is going down.
NVIDIA holding quite okay.
Yeah, there's really no volume. No liquidity levels down here. There's nothing. Maybe something at 166.
Yeah, it's quite thin, the order book.
Hang on a sec. What? Yes?
I think Nvidia is holding quite well in comparison with the sell-off of the rest of the market. That's of course a strong sign for Nvidia. See, like, could drop a bottom here at VWAP, still above the post-market high, which is also a strong sign.
Okay.
SPY maybe on the bottom.
Wow, this has been quite the morning. I didn't really expect the markets to sell off like this, but as I did mention, we were really looking a little bit weak going into the open on both the Qs and the SPY, kind of rolling over a bit, and even Apple, which went red in the pre-market. Everything looking a little bit weak. Wow, it continues. AMD continues to sell off here.
So it's clear that AMD is weaker than the SPY and also weaker than Nvidia.
Yeah. There's just not, there's a little bit of liquidity building here at 166. So maybe we might get a bit of a bounce here now. The Qs look like they're getting ready to kind of bounce. The SPY is really trying to hold. SPY is trying to stay green now. So we might get a bounce here. Apple's bouncing after hitting S4.
Yeah,
Nice
SPY
trade on
back up.
Nice trade on AMD, Thor. That was amazing. Oh god.
Nvidia showing some signs of life after this multiple bottom area.
RF got a nice trade on AMD as well. S3 is 166.77. Yeah, for those that like to watch Thor's trades, that was a classic Thor trade. I know he'll probably talk about it later, but he loves this R3, R4 rejection, and that's what we got here on AMD. Really nice, through a really nice doji candle. See, I don't know what it looks like on the 2 minute or on the 1 minute, but the 2 minute looks, really nice doji candle right at R4. Camarilla pivot, 172, sort of 70 area. Wow, AMD is just wants to continue lower here.
It continues the sell-off, right?
Yeah. There is a big order. There's an order building at 166, so maybe that's where we're headed. But S3, that was the S3 tag right there, 166.71. So maybe Thor exited his trade there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got some new home sales come out. It was at 10 o'clock. Thank you, Matt. It's great. 634, I think maybe a little bit below what was expected. bit of a bounce on the Qs, but we're still in a downtrend. Always, and wow, SPY just made a new low. Again, tried to bounce off PDC, previous day close, and flushed again. Again, using the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart as resistance. Apple's down at S4 right now, so might be something that could use for a long.
Let's take a look at Apple. It's also like the low of the daily range, the low of May 20, May 17. See some bounce, some bottoming on the 1-minute chart.
Yeah.
Price action getting bought up. So potentially, yes. Nvidia is not moving a lot, but it's holding. It's showing the price action staying above the opening range, above the post-market price action, the pre-market price action. So that's also a strong sign. Perhaps you also could make like now a further move up because you have this bottoming followed by a new range. Now we're making a new high. Could be interesting if we now make a new high after the close above this range. So I would say Nvidia remains strong, but it's also very, very choppy.
There we go. Wow. You could see Apple. You could see where it was going to break down here. Look at all this lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and then this big pool of liquidity here where it was going to get dumped into. So we may be coming down to this 188.70 level here on Apple. Wow, AMD just lost it again. Here we go. All right. Well, it's been a pretty decent trading day. It wasn't really setting up that way, but this sell-off has really given some great opportunities to be short. And I guess it's it's a good illustration of how you don't ever want to go into a trading session with any kind of preconceived notion about how you think the market's going to trade. Could have come in today thinking everything was rosy, stocks gapping up, market's been strong, so naturally we're going to get another rip your face off rally, and instead we got a pretty hard sell off right from the get go. So again, it's not. It's a good illustration of not to come into any kind of the market with any kind of preconceived notion. Jason, nice trade on Amazon. Nice breakdown. Got in. This was a Thor type trade. I guess you've looked at and adapted your own trade book on this, but yeah, another nice R4 rejection on Amazon, and that just tagged R4 and then sold off. That was nice. Nice trade as well. For those of you out on YouTube, this is the kind of education you're going to get in the room here. Lots of opportunity to see different trading styles, develop your own trading book, trading plans. Another nice trade on. Another nice trade by Malik on ARM.
And we are now slowly moving back up again.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jared's saying we are either going to gap or go or gap and fill. Basically, at least on the SPY, we gapped and filled. Now we're finally getting a bit of a bounce here. Buying brigade's finally coming in. We've gotten through the 9 EMA on both the SPY and the Qs. We're getting a bit of a bounce on Apple. And Nvidia's back up at high of day. Meta's bouncing.
Nvidia, see the candle becoming smaller. I think that's interesting about Nvidia. See also the candle becoming smaller and meaning less volatility per candle, and often that coincides with strong price action. If there's less volatility and just slowly grinding up. And I think Nvidia definitely gave potentially for entries here. We made the move up. We definitely held stronger than the AMD and also than the SPY. Forming a quadruple bottom, new range, closing above the range, making a new high. Now we see the candles becoming smaller and steadier. And he's definitely the weak one from the big semiconductors today.
Yep.
You'll see the big sell-off candle, how it started already at 950, 951. Breaking below the opening range, which was also the high of yesterday, the high of the range. Retesting and selling off further. So, and Baba made also a decent move, but the issue is that we run against yesterday close and yesterday low, and that forms a potential resistance. So therefore, if I trade the gappers, for example, the extended gap down, I always want to have enough space between the entry and the yesterday low, yesterday close, or yesterday high. And you can see why in Baba, because the price action was strong. So we had a huge gap down after an extended move. pre-market was showing a little bit signs of strength already. We formed the opening range, we broke out, but we found resistance at yesterday, previous day close, and previous day low.
Yeah. Well, AMD is definitely a candidate for a PDC bounce. I'm not sure if we're going to get there. It just seems to be finding a bit of support here right now, around 166. Just looking at AMD liquidity levels, there is a 165 area here that could be an area they may want to take it down to, but we're definitely getting a bounce on the Qs and the SPY now, so you're definitely getting some after this sell-off. We're getting some buyers stepping in right now. On the SPY, we've come through the 9 EMA, so kind of broken a downtrend, and now we're at the 20 EMA, which is the other moving average I like to watch. And this is often an area where if you get through the 9, the next challenge is getting through the 20. And that's what we're seeing right now, both on the SPY and the Qs. And Apple is back at low of day. Wow, Apple's been had quite the sell-off. Well, it's been on a major run over the last week and a half. Popped up, pulled back a little bit, and then really just ripped higher. So it's looking like it's going to try to double bottom here, maybe. Qs and SPY are bouncing. Still a lot of sellers on Apple, not letting it go higher.
I think it's interesting to see if we're going to see like later, like the buying brigade coming back in SPY.
Yeah.
I think that could be like a strong signal. Or perhaps we're going to now form a range, staying in a range for a couple of days or a couple of time. Markets have been extremely resilient against the inflation. That's one thing for sure. Printing today a new all-time high. And after this move up since half April, it's also realistic to see now some time of consolidation, some period of consolidation.
Yeah, I think everybody was waiting with bated breath for this Nvidia number, the sort of the barometer for AI, the whole AI
Mm-hmm.
thing, which has taken a lot of the market up.
Mm-hmm.
So we've kind of gotten that now. Hmm.
So Nvidia is still showing some signs of strength, but I think it's a little bit.
Yeah.
The issue is you might be now running into the daily intraday high.
Tesla rolling over again.
My entry in Nvidia was definitely too late. It was way too extended.
Yeah.
Bananas, because I'm trading live for the people again.
Apple continuing to drop here. Wow. Here we go.
Yes, making a new low.
Wow.
Apple.
AMD just is now at PDC, so it might overshoot a bit. There's a S4 at 164.80. It's a little bit down, but again, um, actually, yeah. So SPY and Qs, we did what we call a 920 trade, or a 920. It's when you're in a significant trend, one way or the other. Could be up, could be down, but in this case, if you look at the SPY, we are in a significant downtrend, around 10:10. For some reason, this always happens around 10 after 10. We got a break of the 9 EMA, so it kind of broke through there, went higher, went up to the 20 EMA, and eventually failed there and came back down. So we call that our 920 trade. If you're going to use that as a trade strategy. No, no love for Apple. Wow. No love for AMD. It's just continuing to drop here. I think there's going to be buyers that are going to step in at some point here. It's just a matter of if it feels like it's just a matter of when it's going to happen. It might be not for another hour or so, but still feels like eventually some buyers are going to step in. That's the way this market is. But right now, the selling is persisting.
It's really significant selling.
Yeah, Nvidia hanging in there, but pretty much everything else is.
We might gonna overtake yesterday's candle. So then we started above and then breaking below it. That would make it even more significant. It's 163.86.
Microsoft still red green on the day. It's interesting. TLT is, I thought it was up on the day. Now it went red, so yields are going up. Yeah, yields right at 9:45. Those PMI numbers came out. It really dropped the bond prices, which means yields went up. So obviously PMI was strong, indicating the economy is still humming along.
Also, the dollar won some against the euro after the news.
Yeah, I think if yields, yeah, it's really pretty dependent on the yields of the two currencies. I mean, U.S. dollar, when the interest rates go up, U.S. dollar gets more attractive. Obviously, there's more demand for U.S. dollars. All right. Maybe Tesla's finding another bottom here at S4. Let's see what Apple's looking like. It might be trying to find a bottom here.
I think Nvidia didn't give the volatility as we hoped for, but it definitely showed its strength and its resilience.
Yeah, I mean, basically, people are pretty happy with that number. Came out, so it doesn't seem like there's a lot of sellers in AMD, but like I said, it's not like one side is clearly winning. It just seems it's pretty good balance between buying and selling on Nvidia. So
yes, maybe a little bit more the balance to the buyers because we're still above all the ranges: the opening range, pre-market range,
yeah,
post-market range. So I also wouldn't be surprised to see some continued strength for the rest of the day. But it's hard to bet on it.
yeah, no, it's definitely. I don't think it could break out here. I mean, it's definitely not trading with the market.
I think also in Nvidia we're now in the top of the range. See, like basically move up range, and I think it's very hard to buy when you're in the top of the range. I think or you should buy in the low of the range, or when it breaks out and confirms above it or retest above it. Not in the top of the range, because there's usually more selling in the top of the range.
Yes. What is the there's there are some big asks here at 1042, 1044, 45. So there's definitely some areas here where traders are expecting the stock to move to. All right, Carlos, I think we are at the point where we're going to drop off of YouTube. But everybody
Yes.
who has joined us this morning, thank you. Thank you for coming on. Be sure to likes and subscribes if you take time to do that if you haven't already. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Pierre, do you
Thank
want
you very
to
much.
say anything else? All right.
See
See everybody.
each other
Have a good
tomorrow
rest of
again.
the week.